today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Tyler Bass set to it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 18 carries, 90 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
And it's third down.
On third down, Bridgewater. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
A loss of 6 yards.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The Vikings take.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
43-yard.
And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cook on the toss left. He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
But he fires one that's intercepted. This shot taps it out of the pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take over.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry. He was taken down at the 50-yard line. A 3-yard gain on that.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Bridgewater now from the 50. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
Bridgewater's pass complete to DJ Moore.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
14. First down, Carolina.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Christian McCaffrey.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Tackled at the 7.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Yetur Gross-Matos just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A toss to Cook. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter with Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to that game.
And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Panthers 7, Vikings 0.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers 37. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo. Some call it monster. Some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook. Run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well. You're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cook. 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
On the carry.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw. Day. Got a man, and he hits it in stride. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
Carolina getting set to take the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and your win column will result.
First down, Bridgewater. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement long touchdown.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Cook following the penalty. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Dalvin Cook.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on second down. Day. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards, a first down.
That's good.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball, made him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. on the ground. It's Cook. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First and 10.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers.
Brandon McManus.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Thomas. Taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. Analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Day. Harris has it over the middle. And they got it right across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
First and 10.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to first and 10. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him a gain of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got them.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina.
Bridgewater's pass.
Jacob Hollister, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
At the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Day. This well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
At the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, Day. Catch made here by Campbell. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A final shot before break. Day. Incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Vikings 14.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. Throwing on 1st down. Day. Campbell making the catch. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 45 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Give to Cook out of the gun. Able to push his way through. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
31-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Day. Incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
By Yetur Gross Matos. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd down. Day. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Day. Finds Carr. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Score, they'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one. When you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Day. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Field goal is good. Makes the score Panthers.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
We'll see if it's that easy here. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our... Skill in the first half is getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. quite make it to the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And now out comes Minnesota. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal, and the way you're doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Day. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking at time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you've got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Back to the air on 2nd down. Day. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Thomas. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go to the bench and really settle.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Bridgewater. His throw caught at about the 5. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And the Panthers.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. And a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On the throw.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
7 yards to go.
Here's Bridgewater. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headline. And He'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
On first down, it's Cook. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Troy Pride that time gets the tackle.
Troy Pride on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw on second down. Day gets this to Campbell out of the right side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
That number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And now they can't even get a play off. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Day. That is caught, and he has now tied the record. Touchdown. When we know he can run the ball, there he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing, when you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 20.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, Pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
For Carolina.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
down the numbers. There he goes. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore. 44 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again, Day. His pass is intercepted for the third time today. Picked off near the 44, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
First and 10.
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here first and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
The ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. They're looking at third and a few inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
He's taken down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3. First down, Carolina.